So what we're doing today is we're just starting with the planting stage of the rain garden. The water that's coming off of the roof is going to go through the gutter, and where we had the water initially going into the subsurface infiltrators, we've realized that the subsurface infiltrators are getting too much water. So we actually need to take some of that water out and have it go into a rain garden. And it does two things. It's not only reducing the impact of that stormwater, which would otherwise go into the sewer system, but it's also providing a low maintenance garden that essentially waters itself. So we're diverting the water into the rain garden. Part of the reason why we want to do that is because in New Haven, it is currently illegal to have your water go directly into the sewage system, which is what they did when they were first building the city. And that water, when it would go into the storm system, it would also cross-contaminate with the sewage. And in some places, when that water would end up mixing with sewage, and if there was too much storm water, it would end up bringing raw sewage out into the nearby river. So part of the goal with this is that we're reducing the amount of pollution that is in our rivers and streams and ocean, but it's also really practical. After the law was passed, many people had their stormwater system changed so that their gutter now just drains directly into their driveway or into their yard. So there's a number of benefits to a rain garden. So after doing the first step of the design, and then we do the second step, which is digging out the soil, we're now ready for the third step, which is planting. We've organized all of our plants so that we can then figure out where's the best location for each one. We have a pretty basic sketch here. And we have kind of a rough area for the lobelia, iris here, and then we have, here's the splash pad, which is where the water is going to be coming in over on the left. The way that the rain garden is going to work is that the water is actually only going to stay in the garden for about an hour. We design it so that the water will fully drain after an hour. But the plants that we choose, we do want them to be relatively water tolerant. There's going to be more moisture in this soil than in a typical garden. So you want to choose plants that are going to be much more water tolerant. We actually refer to a list that's provided by UConn. The University of Connecticut has one of the best rain garden programs in the country. And so we look at this list, and so we've chosen plants based off of what our staff would like to see. We ended up choosing a couple of blueberries, and this is one of the first times that we're planting blueberries in one of our rain gardens. And so it's going to be interesting to see whether we end up getting the blueberries first or the birds.